3 out of 4 is not bad.
Baby.
We're working on it. We're working on it.
Not again, Lana.
Yep.
I figured.
I was like, I saw it sitting here before the thing even popped on the screen. I'm like,
no.
not me lagging, but it's all right.
It's okay. It's okay. Bonjour et bienvenue à The Cup, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality, and you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I'm Logan Murphy. I say something gay. Gay and inspired by one Miss the Bunny below me. She got Duncan the other day. So I've had Duncan now 2 days in a row. Today it is, so my roommate has the Duncan app. So we have these like exclusive drinks. So I have a blueberry cobbler iced coffee.
Ooh.
It's blueberry and butter pecan, and it's wonderful. So
That sounds yummy.
I had my pumpkin spice yesterday, so I'm feeling great. And Lana hates it.
I was like, that does not sound yummy to me. Gross. But I'm not a fan of blueberries. So.
Oh, see, I like the blueberry cobbler part, but the coffee part, no.
I don't like, and I don't like coffee, so it's a double whammy for me.
Well, even I will represent for the iced coffee queers. Thank you.
That part.
That's fine. I am Lana, your resident diva, here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I love me some tea. Purr. And if you have some tea, you know what to do. Hit me up. I will not be drinking any expensive or exclusive drinks because I'm just basic today and I'm drinking basic water because hydration is important and water clears your skin. So there you go.
That part.
And I'm David Healy, and I don't have a cute intro, but I do have a cute shirt. I'm wearing one of my favorites, my girl, Alyssa Edwards.
Of everybody here, who will be the 4?
She's a lovely fifth alternate. So I am drinking, it's almost gone, but I'm drinking a Monster because I need some energy. It's a pipeline punch. It's a very good flavor.
That is my second favorite Monster flavor.
Okay, nice.
What's happening, everybody? It's me again, Eve the Bunny, Chicago drag artist and queen of Ivy Park. Today I am repping yet another cute little piece from the Halls of Ivy collection. They were going with this like the colors for that collection, which I loved, where it was really black and white, but it had a lot of these neon green on the side, neon green accents on it. So like I said, with my nails, I've been playing around with that, but they've also had a lot of patterns too that were like either patchwork or like houndstooth, and I was in love with that. I love houndstooth print. So like I honestly think that was the one drop from Ivy Park that I've spent the most money on. I think I spent about twice my rent on Ivy Park for that one collection. Yeah, it's bad. It is also one of those kind of things where like all of my friends and stuff are asking me to leave it to them in my will in case I die, but I'm like, no, it's all going in the casket with me.
I will say, you always look great, Eve. This is one of my favorite looks on you.
Thank you. I was like, something sporty. Also, too, the weather has dipped a hair this weekend. Hair, HARE. But I'm like taking advantage of it with my little crop top hoodies. I don't want summer to be gone yet, though. Like we got some hot days coming up next week, so I cannot wait for those. But I'm gonna still look cute, and regardless, whatever weather it is. I'm drinking Pepsi today, though. The joy of Pepsi, yeah.
The taste of Pepsi.
I will say though, Eve, I wonder if you were drinking out of a cup, would you be drinking out of a cup mug? Cup mug.
I would. I absolutely.
Cup mug. Well,
I don't have mine yet, but I'm gonna get it. I'm getting it.
I mean, it's
that's
okay.
Gonna be the day when Eve just pops up randomly and she's like, "Hey."
I'm just gonna be drinking out of it and see if y'all notice.
Yeah.
And you're like, "What is that?" And I'm like, Oh, what is it?
Of course, I will know when you get one. You
That
can
is
get
true.
yours at lanagscreations.etsy.com, and that's where you get all of your cup merch. Not just the cup mug, but we have other cup merch things. So check out lanagscreations.etsy.com. And we ship internationally, so there are no excuses. Y'all thought I forgot, but I never forget.
I was like, oh. I did think you forgot for a second, but no. Make sure, link in the description. And while you're down there, subscribe. Hello.
Yeah.
Thank
Hello.
you. Hello.
Bonjour.
Why haven't you done it
Subscribe.
already?
Bonjour.
haven't you?
Hi.
Yes, why haven't
Hello.
you subscribed? Why haven't you subscribed? If you haven't, you're checking us out. Hit that button.
Hello. We're trying to get to
Yeah.
1,000. Thank you.
Thank you.
And we are here with the penultimate episode of Drag Race France.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
I'm really sad this season is ending.
I think this was my favorite franchise thus far that I've started watching.
I think this is one of the best seasons internationally of all time. And I think we're going to be thinking about this season the way that we think about UK season 2, like a year from now. I really think we're going to be thinking about France in that way. Because this season, just top to bottom, has been spectacular. But yes, we are talking about episode 8. It is top 5 again.
Again,
top 5.
Woo! And
Whoa.
someone here is sad and mad.
I wonder who.
Sad's not the word. Mad is the word. I'm trying to hold it in, Jesus, but it's okay.
I think we need to have
This is the place
I think
talk
we need to
about
have an Eve rant banner ready
I
just
was gonna
in
say,
case.
yeah.
Just in case the rant is ready to happen. And I feel like it's bubbling over, so we'll just wait until it just explodes. But we'll continue.
It is ready. So
Okay.
we walk in. Piche is back.
Yay.
And Cookie is not. I was sad about it.
I mean,
I was sad about it as well. I
I
was
feel
getting to like Cookie a lot, and I was very happy when Cookie ended up winning her challenge.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I will say though, based on her makeover look that she has posted on Instagram, I don't think she would have made the finale.
it's not bad
Depending on if she won the lip sync or not, and that
True.
also is something that I have thoughts about, but we'll keep going.
Well, and the girls have thoughts about Piche being back.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't hiding it.
Legitimate.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
I would have had him too.
Keiona specifically is like, we've been through everything together. We did the ball, we did the rusical, like that. It was all very like formative. And Piche is like, well, if any of y'all were in my position, you would want the opportunity to come back. And they were all like, no, absolutely. Like, we get it. We're very happy you're here. It's just, we wish you and Cookie were here.
Right.
It's kind of the vibe that I was getting from those conversations.
Yeah, because my issue with it is, and I guess this is just my issue, because at the end of the day, regardless if Piche is on my team when it comes to the draft or not, or if Piche was somebody who I wanted to win or not. Not saying I don't want Piche to win, but also at the same time, I'm saying it as, from a production standpoint, it would have been better and more palatable if you were going to bring somebody back and you brought them back towards the middle of the season, as opposed to 1 to 2 episodes right before the finale, because then it automatically looks to everybody else like you didn't fully earn your place of being there because you haven't been there long enough, and you're taking that spot away from somebody who's gone through 15 different episodes and all these other different challenges and stuff, and all you've done is, because I mean, to look in retrospect, Piche went home 3rd, so it's like you only did fourth.
She only missed the rusical and the ball, I think.
No, I feel like she missed more than 2 episodes.
She didn't. It was 2.
The musical and the rusical and the ball. Yeah, it was only 2 episodes.
She missed the episode Ginger left and the episode Moon left, and that's it.
Wait, who
It
left?
feels like so much more.
Wow. Well, still, but
Yeah.
still,
I
at the end
wish,
of it,
yeah, on that exact topic, Eve, I wish they had done this instead of the ball. So, like, right after the Rusical, do this challenge, bring someone back at that point, and then do the ball. That's what I think would have been a little bit more functional for the season itself, because you would have had 5 people eliminated at that point. So it just would have been an imbalance in the girl group, and it would have been 6 currently in the competition and 5 out of the competition. But plus, I
yeah,
would have liked to see what Moon would have done in this challenge.
yeah,
And maybe we get the same result where she still takes herself out of the competition. Who knows? But
right. It's
She
just,
looked good on Instagram.
it was just,
oh,
I didn't like the way that this whole thing played out because it didn't. It seemed like one of those things that they do, and they ends up happening a lot, where it's like, okay, I feel like we just made one big like figure eight and came right back to where we were going to already end up being at in the beginning. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that this was going to end up being the top 4 that we were going to have regardless. If they would have brought Piche back or if they wouldn't have brought Piche back. So bringing Piche back was kind of a non sequitur kind of a thing, just to send them right home anyway. Like, and I feel like that's why I'm just like, I feel like we just wasted 2 episodes.
I get that
Like,
for sure.
yeah, that's why I'm just like, I hate when they do that. It's like so like time consuming.
That's fair for sure. I get that.
And it gives me false hope because I was so happy that Peach was back and everything, and I was like, don't do what y'all do all the time. Please don't just send them right back home. And then they did, and I was like, well,
Yeah.
what was this episode for?
To see
Because the
a
win was
top
legitimate. The win was 350% legitimate, and that's the one thing I can't even deny. I can't deny that at all. The win was very legitimate this episode.
the
And
way
I was like,
I feel like all the placements were legitimate for me personally.
yeah,
We'll talk
they
about
really
it, but
were. They really were. Let's
yeah.
go ahead and go on through with the episode. Y'all already know how I'm feeling, but it's all right. Shit.
Well,
There's things that happened in the interim before the car crash, so that I
which
do actually want to talk about.
so we come into the workroom, we get the
Mhm.
go, which I loved, and then they echo it later, which I really, really enjoy with the rugby guys. But
Yeah, I thought it was
Nikki
cute.
comes in, and we get our mini challenge where they are playing a parody of The Weakest Link with Lova La Diva. I was so excited.
It was so funny. Lola was like, "Wait, so I'm not coming back to the competition?" She said,
Lova was
"No."
like, I'm not competing.
She said, "This is expensive." She said, "Is it?" And she walked
it?
off, and I was like,
This
I like Nikki's little like in between like things that they do where it's like if it's not a challenge, it's just something funny and cute. Like the last time
Yeah.
where she was like their therapist or whatever. She's
Yeah.
doing really good at those cute little like middle monologue kind of parts.
Nikki is coming for the title of my favorite host. I really am impressed with her on this
Yeah.
season. But
Yeah.
I did love this. This for me once again reaffirmed my thought process that I wish we had seen more of Lova La Diva on season 1. Because the bitch is so funny. She's so funny. And the way that she was doing this challenge where she was just like, eliminate! I was like, I love it. It's so good. But
Yeah, I
This whole
didn't
challenge
have
was so hilarious.
high expectations for her just because we didn't see much from her in her first season, and what
she
we
went
did
home
see
on a
was
comedy challenge.
yeah, but she was so natural in this role, so I really enjoyed it. I thought she was very funny, and all the girls were funny too, so they all did the job right.
Yeah. This is a different format than I guess Americans know The Weakest Link to be, but I kind of like that format a little bit. Like,
Yeah, I like that it's just like one category, boom, work it. It's like categories.
Yeah, very much so it is. I love the category where it was like, name something that's 20 centimeters, and Mommy goes, my dick. And then it goes around, and she's like, Peach's dick.
Peach's dick.
Is this true,
It's like,
Piche?
It is.
Yeah,
Ooh, there you go, Eve.
I know. I already know. I know about my husband. It's okay. I know what happens in our marriage, Dad.
Ooh.
Undefiled.
With Paquita and who else was it?
Testicle.
Oh yeah, Testicle.
I'm about to say, stay out of Eve's marriage bed, please. That's not your place.
I was like, all we need is a picture of Keely Williams from 3LW sitting there like,
No.
Yes!
No.
that's
No.
me right now.
No.
Right now.
Stop.
That's
Stop.
okay. Look, don't be mad at my thruple. I don't even count it as a thruple if I have
It's not.
three
There's
people.
4 people.
Okay.
Quadruple.
A polyamorous relationship. We'll just say that.
A harem.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
I like that one. A harem. I like that one.
we get a winner. And Mami Watta wins again.
Watta.
Yay! I loved her whole character. She was like, "I've been an assistant in a salon for 10 years."
I mean, honestly, her delivery the whole time was so funny to me. She was just so earnest, like, TLC, Destiny's Child.
That was how I felt about Keona's delivery too. Because
Yeah.
Keona's was like a girl that's always shocked. She was like,
Yeah.
Perry. It was so
It
funny.
was so good. This might be my favorite mini challenge in a very long time. I hope they do it again on future seasons of France. I would
Moon would have killed it.
Moon would have
The
been
best-
really good.
The best one was the last one where it was like, name one of the correct answers has been said. And I was like, oh my God. And I was like, they're doing just what I thought they were going to do. I was like, name everything you said that was right. I was
Yep.
like, at least, you know, that was
I
like,
love that they immediately went, my dick, Piche's dick. Like, that was like one of those answers.
it's just like this with the podium. Like
And then
this.
Lova kept getting more. She was like, correct.
Yeah.
Correct. I loved it.
It was
Bring
everything.
Lova back.
I
Bring
know.
her back.
We need to do this version of the weakest link sometime.
Yeah.
With us?
Yes.
That would be
I would
so
win.
fun. No.
Okay. Let's try
I
it.
would win.
The category is countries that host or will host Drag Race. Eve.
Germany.
Correct. Logan.
New Zealand.
Correct. Lana.
France.
Correct. Eve.
United States.
Correct. Logan.
Canada.
Correct. Lana.
Mexico.
Correct. Eve.
Brazil.
Correct. Logan.
Philippines.
Correct. Lana.
Holland.
Correct. Eve.
Thailand.
Correct. Logan.
Oh no. Chile. The Switch Drag Race counts.
Correct. Lana.
Belgium.
Correct. Eve.
España.
Correct. Logan.
Sweden.
Correct. Lana.
I don't.
I think we
freaking-
actually
Canada.
named-
Canada.
I said Canada.
Eve.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
UK.
Lana said UK. I think
No, I
we
didn't.
actually
No, I
named
didn't.
all
I
of
didn't
them.
say UK. I didn't say UK.
Nobody said UK.
And you didn't say Canada.
Did anybody say France?
I said France.
Lana did.
Okay.
I think the only one we didn't say was Thailand.
No,
I
Eve
said
said
Thailand.
Thailand.
Oh, never mind.
See,
I
you're
think we
not
might
paying
have
attention.
let us know in the comments below if we actually named all the franchises. If we did,
That
I'd be
was a
very
lie.
impressed with us.
That was impressive.
Jeez,
We
that
all
was
win
a
the mini
lie.
challenge. Yay.
Except for me. Because I didn't play.
Yes.
Well, you chose to
No.
host. So
Well, you know what? For the first time, David didn't win something. Yay!
Yay!
I don't win drag.
No,
Anyway.
'cause nobody said Singapore or Japan. Or,
Not yet.
Oh, yeah.
Or
Or
Not
said
yet.
any upcoming.
None of those are confirmed.
Oh,
Or
really?
we don't know.
None of those have been officially announced by World of Wonder.
How about
We have
that?
we have rumors about Singapore, India, South Korea, and Japan, but none of them have been confirmed by World of Wonder, and none of them have started casting.
I need
Well, there we go.
India.
I also need India as someone who
I need
lives
India.
with some as someone who also lives with a homosexual who's from India.
I need India.
I need India.
Oh, because the way that would be so rich in culture, it would be
Oh.
stupid. I need India.
If
I just think visually,
yeah,
I want to see
absolutely.
the workroom. I want to see. Oh, yeah. That would be gorgeous.
Yeah. Well, that was a lovely game. Thank you, David. And we have our maxi challenge for the week, which is the makeover challenge. Makeover. And we're making over very attractive rugby men. And I said yes.
Ooh.
Thank you very much.
Should we all go through it and say which one we thought was the hottest, or should we
I
all
was
say it
about
at the
to
same
ask you
time?
the same question.
I was like, should we all say the same name at the same time? Because I'm pretty sure.
I don't know their names. I don't know their names, but I could tell you the queen who had.
I remember one.
And it's the one I find the hottest. So
oh, I bet your all's knowing who you all like is going to be different than mine.
Yeah.
Piche.
Yeah, that's true.
Piche.
Yeah.
Mami Watta.
Wait. Oh, yeah. Piche. Yeah.
Is Mami Watta for me, Lana?
I think it was Mami Watta's guy. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's us versus them.
That's fine. We will win every single time, darling.
Yeah.
I mean, our person
except in this challenge.
I was say our person didn't get eliminated. So.
Yeah.
Okay, well that had nothing to do with him.
His name
had
is
to do
Ryan,
with the judging.
That's not Ryan's fault.
Don't blame Ryan.
And I thought Ryan was very good looking too. Don't get me wrong. I thought Ryan
also,
was very
was his fault, but it's okay.
Also, your favorite's name is Brice or Bryce.
Oh yeah, Bryce. I love how they said Brice. I was like,
Brice. I was like, oh,
Brice.
Okay.
Brice can breeze on over to the United States. Hang out with me and Lana.
Married with a wife and kids.
I know Ryan is definitely would have kids.
Okay, then we'll take Keiona's guy.
Who was gay.
Keiona's guy.
Keiona's guy.
Who had a boyfriend, so
Yeah.
I am Polly, so hello, both of y'all.
Hi.
The workroom stuff I thought was cute. There's not really much to talk about other than like Piche's whole story, but I thought the entire workroom of like them walking, this might have been the best group of guys coming in to do a makeover in a long time because they all like caught on very quickly. And
they're all very open. And they were very open to the experience, and they were like had their own reasons for doing it, but they were all of them were like, oh, I started watching because my girlfriend was watching or my wife was watching, and which is usually how a lot of straight men get into shows like Drag Race because their wives or their girlfriends or somebody's watching, and then they sit down and watch like, oh, this is pretty cool. And then they start thinking about it outside of the realm of you're gay because you're drag queen.
Before the end of the episode, she asked him, would you ever do drag? There it goes.
I did write down notes for each of the conversations with the guys. So the first one was Mami Watta. Her partner was the one that said that they're very open-minded about trying drag, and they wanted to do it because of their girlfriend. And then Sarah's partner was the one who wanted, I really like this one, wanted to do it for his sons so they could see like an example of acceptance and inclusiveness. And then Keiona's partner, the big storyline was nervous shaving the beard. That was the one that's gay, and they're like, you're gonna have to take this up with my boyfriend if you shave my beard. And then Piche's partner, this one was really cool too. Piche's partner was like, I want to embrace my feminine side. And I'm like, that's really like admirable from this guy that's like very burly and masculine.
Damn right, you beautiful man.
Yes. Ooh. And Punani was another one who learned about drag through his girlfriend and wanted to try it out.
Work diva.
Yeah.
Work La Diva. That's where that comes from, was Love La Diva.
Yes, it was. No one said work diva until she was born.
No, so for context, when we reviewed season 1 on the channel, our catchphrase for the entire season was "Work La Diva," inspired by Lova La Diva. So,
Oh,
and none of y'all were here for that.
literally.
I was the only one. So,
Oh.
so it makes sense. But let's talk about the Piche of it all. Someone. I don't really care who.
So Piche was feeling very strongly affected by the conversation that they were having because Piche had a very negative uh, experience with their father and their family when they were coming out. And so it was found out that Piche was kicked out of their home when they were 13 because their boyfriend at the time outed them to their family. And so they had a very, very emotional moment, which I feel for Peach very strongly for that because I have had kind of a rocky relationship with my dad when it came to me coming out. Um, but also at the same time, I felt scared when that happened because usually when someone has a really strong emotional moment or something like that in the season, they're about to go home. And so it was one of those kind of things where I was like, wait, no, especially with Peach just coming back. I was like, are we using Peach's emotions to kind of, you know what I mean, are we trying to get a French Emmy here? You know what I mean? That's like, that's what I'm sitting here thinking. But because I'm in my mind, that just is very, I don't know, ingenuine. Because that's a very like traumatizing and valid experience in the queer community to have queer kids be kicked out of their home or just excluded from family at a very very young age and it's not something to make light of or to use as a plot line for TV fodder. You know what I mean? This is something that people still continuously deal with. There are still homeless shelters full of queer kids that have just gotten kicked out of their home. Half of the ballroom community, if not three-fourths of the ballroom community, are made up of people that have been kicked out of their home at a young age. And it's something that I think that I just want to send so much love to Peace, all jokes aside and everything, and just let them know that I think that they're such an amazing, strong individual and a talented entertainer. And I really hope that this experience shines a light on you and your talent and puts you in the face of like awesome experiences. You know what I mean? I really hope that there's gold that comes at the end of this rainbow for you. So that's all I'm gonna say.
Ask about.
Did you write them down?
No, I remember my stuff.
Okay, congratulations. You've been doing this for a lot longer. You're not 23.
23. You're
You're not
fine.
23.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. As someone with absolutely no relationship with either of their fathers, this I was like, yeah, this tracks. This, yeah, just yeah,
Yeah.
like
Yeah, I couldn't quite relate since I'm not out to my parents, but um part of the reason I'm not out to my parents is because I know like in this Christian culture that they have, it wouldn't be okay. And I thought it was interesting because we learned like this is a very taboo cultural thing for Piche, and being Romani and Gypsy. So yeah, it's always tough when you have those kind of cultural things that just like are carried down generation to generation, and it just makes it so much hard because queer people aren't going away. They're not gonna
no.
just dry up with future generations.
Yeah,
So
and I love that we've had this conversation now on 3 different Drag Race franchises, and I'm happy that like this sort of like the understanding of Romani culture, because I truthfully knew nothing about Romani culture prior to Cherry Valentine, rest in power, talking about it on Drag Race UK, and then hearing Hota Cara Hota having the same conversation on Drag Race España, and now hearing Peach say the same things. It's just like, I hope that this helps other people who are watching this who come from a similar background in some capacity to what Peach is coming from.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about makeovers. Makeover.
Yeah, I want to talk about a lighter moment too from like the makeover part.
Makeover.
I thought it was so funny when Mommy was talking to her person when they were making him over and asked if he's ever seen any makeup tutorials, and he said no, and Mommy was just baffled. Like,
How
how has he never seen a makeup tutorial? She's like, I've seen rugby games. Why hasn't he? I'm like, I don't
I
think
love
that like
Mommy.
everybody's seen makeup tutorials. I don't even know if I have, to be honest.
So one thing that they always kind of highlight, and that of course I end up liking too, is the little mini montage they have of everyone making over their respective person, and then the reveal of each person
Yes.
seeing the makeover transformation. And can I honestly say,
Mhm.
from looking at everyone initially when they showed how they looked in their makeup, I thought mommy was fighting a little bit of an uphill battle.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And it was because of the fact that her man already was a very masculine featured man, like very heavy, like brow and all of that. But she did the super light girl paint on him. And I was like, ooh, they don't look good, girl. I was like, you can still see all the brows underneath that like glue stick. Like, no. I was like, no, you got her out here looking rough, child. And Sara Forever had her dude looking damn near like her. I was like, oh shit. When I saw Sarah's, I was like, shit.
Oh,
I literally was just like, shit. That's good. I was like, that's good as
that's
hell.
funny.
Like,
I have a ranking. I did a ranking just on the faces, and it does not
Oh.
match with my ranking for the actual
the
runway
episode.
presentation.
Okay.
Hmm.
But for me, my top one was actually Piche. I really
Mine
liked how
was
they
too.
looked in the mirror. And then it was closely followed by Punani for me because I thought
I
they
agree.
really did a good job of putting Punani's face on there. Then for me, third was Keiona,
Okay.
fourth was Mami Watta, and then last for me was Sara.
Oh.
I thought it looked rough at first. Yeah, you could tell like it was Sarah's face on her, but it just was not sitting right to me in the workroom.
Okay.
I would
Clearly, you all
say, I
disagree,
would
but
say,
that's okay.
I would say my top five were Sarah was first, then Punani, then Keiona, then Peach, and then Mommy.
Lana.
I didn't look that hard to make a ranking at the beginning of that.
That's fair.
I
Fair.
was
She said all
honestly,
y'all zeros.
I was saving it for the runway, so I was just like, okay, I see the
Oh.
reveal, and it's like, okay,
Okay.
but I was hoping and figuring that it'll probably look different from the workroom to the runway. That was just a rough draft. Like this is our first thing. This is a rough draft. Now we'll perfect
Okay.
it, and
Okay.
Yeah.
that's what
Okay.
I
Lana
did.
said I'm gonna get y'all benefit of the doubt. Okay.
I'm sorry.
I
Us
think
other
I think
judgy bitches said,
I think mine would have been my top one was Piche, actually. I think I would have gone Piche, Sarah, Punani, Keiona, Mami. And I think it's just it I let's just be honest here. I think Keiona and Mami were both at a disadvantage because there were not any dark-skinned individuals among these five men. So I think they both were gonna. I think Keiona less so because we know that Keiona has put people in drag before.
yeah, she only did a good job makeup wise because I was looking at it. I was like, okay. I was like, those highlights and contours and stuff do not look bad, girl. And that's
No,
a
and I think
whole white man. I said, okay, you didn't make him look like a ghost. Sickening. Like,
I ranked
like
Keiona fourth, but it's definitely still like the four were really strong, and then Mommy's was like fine but not great. So
Mommy's was like they did their own makeup for the first time. Mommy's was like when I went out for Halloween for the first time in drag and no one did my makeup and I did it on my own. It looked rudimentary. That's the word I like to use when I'm just like, no,
well,
childlike, having that end of a child, kindergarten, preschool, it was giving me finger paints. I was like, no, mommy, no, why? I was like, you need to be, but at the same time, that's mommy's aesthetic, but that works for mommy because mommy gives you that and it looks cute. Like what was it, the ball challenge they had where she had the denim dress that she made and she just came out with just that hair. Girl, she looks so good, but I'm like, you can't do that with her though. Cause she gonna come out looking like the white cousin of the Wayans from White Chicks. She's in Black Chicks
No.
and she's doing the reverse girl. Like sure, real. Like that's what she looked like. I was like, no, girl.
Yeah. Let's talk about the makeovers. Let's do it.
Let's go in. Let's go in. Because one of these I was extremely, extremely mad about because it was so fucking good.
And we'll
Like
talk
they're
about
like,
it.
yeah. It made me mad. It made me mad.
I do want to talk about our jury, and specifically for me, when I watched this episode and they said guest judge
The choreographer?
Lazada, I
Oh, the girl.
screamed. I
Oh.
screamed.
Which
the
one's that?
Eurovision girl, the
The
Eurovision
woman.
Oh,
The-
okay.
I'm sitting over here thinking, I'm thinking the choreographer. Oh no, the other
Absolutely
girl.
not.
No,
He's fine. He's fine and lovely, and he can be there, and he looks great. However, this is my Eurovision winner from this last year. She did not
Can I-
win, but
Can I also say this is the second time that I've seen it happen in the past couple of weeks with Drag Race period, but the first time I've seen it happen again on France. Former queen from Drag Race France season 2, Rose. I'm
Yep.
talking to you again.
Black
Take
Rose.
notes. Take notes, because I noticed that when she was sitting down with that snatch mug, she had that 3 times as big as her head, jumbo Rose on the side of her head. And once again, I just looked at Rose in the camera and just said, womp, womp, womp.
And once
Girl.
again, I will say everybody on the stage is eating except Daphne Burke.
Oh,
Like,
I
I
disagree.
think-
I think
oh.
somebody else is the weak link here.
Kitty.
I think Kitty's the weak link.
No,
Yeah,
absolutely
actually,
not.
I would be okay with saying that.
I'm not saying
I
it.
think
I-
Nikki and the guest judges look the best.
They do.
For sure. My thing is this.
You
I
said
think
again, Daphne, right?
this is my thing. And I looked at it when I saw it, I was like, she is banking on being the worst dressed person on the stage every week. I think that's her goal, and her
Right.
mission in life in this season is to be the worst dressed judge on the panel every single week. And every single week she's won that.
Look,
that
if Keiona was
She
wearing this, we
won.
would be eating it up.
No, I absolutely would not.
I would
because
be.
that looks horrible. That looks so bad.
I wouldn't say horrible.
I'm saying it. You ain't
I
got to
don't
say
think it
it.
looks
I'm
bad at
saying
all.
it.
I think it looks good.
You can say what you want, argue with your mama. I'm saying what I'm saying. That looks horrible. She
That
looks a
Little Red
mess.
Riding Hood
She looks a
fantasy.
mess.
I like it.
I'm more so sitting over here disappointed that they did not pay for the rights for Evidemment. Because they
I don't
should
even
have.
know what that is.
I don't
Lana,
either,
you
but I
ranked
think
I'm sure
that
that's her
song
song.
in your
I'm sure.
you ranked
I'm
that
sure I
song in your
did.
top 15
I'm sure.
this year,
I'm sure I
Lana.
did. I'm sure I did. I'm sure I did. Once she said it was Eurovision, I was like, okay, I probably heard the song before.
You
Me
sure
too.
did.
I'm sure I did. I'm sure I did.
I don't even know where I ranked it at though. It probably wasn't that. I don't even think it was that
I'm
high.
pretty sure it was high.
No, not France. France wasn't high.
Well, anyway, she was my winner this year. If you want to see some good, straight up just drag, honestly, her Eurovision performance, she's standing on like a 30-foot tall platform the entire time singing her song. And it's incredible. So
I
she's
will say
incredible.
this. I will say this when it comes to Miss Nikki Doll's look.
Oh,
I love the look. I kind of wish the tool at the bottom wasn't white.
Really?
Yeah.
I
Just
like it. It
because-
looks like she's floating on a cloud.
that's why I like it too.
But I feel like there's nothing else that bright in the look. Everything else, like jewelry wise and stuff, were all these dark, like turquoisey purples and like blacks and stuff like that. And I was just like, if that was maybe like a wine red or some kind of deep mystic color underneath, or even if it was
Yeah.
like some kind of like see-through purple that was all glittery or something like that, I feel like it would have went better with the jewelry. Because the jewelry and everything up here was just giving me like this dark queen. And I was like, oh, I live for it. But then there's all this white at the bottom. And I'm like, okay, wait, are you a good queen or a bad queen? Like, are you a good witch or a bad witch? And I'm like,
She's a
no, just
sandwich.
I'm like, no, just be a bad witch. Like, it's almost like if that was a cloud, I wish it was like a dark version of a cloud. You know what I mean?
Sure.
If it was like blacks and purples and like something like that, so it looked like it was like a storm cloud or something, I'd be like, oh no, that's everything. I was like, she's fully giving me like the evil version of fucking like Glinda, like floating up, about to do some magic or something in Oz. And I'm like, the look was everything. That was just my own little nitpicky thing.
Sure.
Category is linebacker. Well, rugby player.
I love that. And speaking of rugby play, this is Piche and Shistera Biche.
Bitch, why they Peace, can I say this? And it kind of frustrated me with the beginning part, like in the middle, when they were like, "Oh, let's have the boys walk." Peace was actually teaching their person how to walk, and they were walking good. Like they were actually moving their hips and all this stuff. And then they came out here, and she made almost all his choreography of him like going around like this. I was like, "What happened to that good walk we saw in the workroom?" They completely chastised them all about that as being like, well, yeah, you didn't really have to teach him how to walk because all he did was huddle around like, you know what I mean? Like he was supposed to be more masculine. And I'm like, that took away from the fact of you wearing heels. Like they wanted to see him be more graceful and pretty and you know what I mean? Like I hate that they took away that. I hate that that opportunity got missed because I feel like that dinged them down and it was unnecessary.
You know, you're right. It did ding them down, but if they had done it right, they could have dinged them down for it not being perfect. So I think either way, they were going to look for faults in this performance, just because I think they kind of wanted Peach to go. With
Yeah.
that said, I actually thought the delivery of it was pretty cute. I do think the garments are a little simple. I'm glad they have like the one leg because that adds like something kind of different about it. But otherwise, it's a little bit, I don't know, expected, I guess. But still, it was all about the delivery for me. I really appreciated that.
I like the delivery as well. I think the outfits. I don't like to like ding them for the outfits that they wear that they give to their person because I'm like I don't know that you was gonna bring a big old burly rugby player. How am I supposed to know that to make the outfit fit on this big old man? I can't, unless I'm sitting here making a whole new outfit for him and me, and to make it fit perfectly. It has its flaws, sure, but I love their performance on stage. So I kind of like, and I think his face looked good. Um, I thought they were funny. I thought it was just a fun little thing. But sure, you ding him because he's not walking graceful when you taught him to walk. I agree. I think at some point he should have like instead of the whole he should have did the walk just a couple,
Yeah,
across
that's fair.
the stage once or twice. But
Like maybe like because there's parts of course when he would like take the heel from her, maybe he could have took the heel from her and then like walked off graceful from it, like I have the heel, and then like whenever they're or something like that. Because I feel like that the reason why that frustrated me was because they seemed like they had the strongest walk out of any of the other people. So I was like, okay, cool. Well, then you're gonna like the hardest part they always talk about during the runways is them walking in heels. I was like, well, you've got that in the bag. Your person looks like he can do that great. And then they got down here and didn't really use any of that. And I'm like, you really shot yourself in the foot with that. And then they use that against you to be like, well, that was kind of a cop out because you made it. They didn't really have to learn. I was like, I would have been like, no, they know how to do it. Go walk right now. Like,
Literally.
bitch, like, literally, like, yeah, man. Because I didn't mind the outfits for me personally because I got the reference the minute that Peach came out with the shoe. I said, "Wait, are y'all Cinderella?" And then when her sister came out, I said, "Oh my God, they're the stepsisters." I was like, "This is everything." I live for it so much, but I do agree it sucked that Peach wasn't, I mean, under the impression that they were going to be making over this burly like rugby player. So I can even tell the way that Peach's outfit nips in more to give the bottom part more of a skirt structure. They couldn't do that well with them in their outfit.
Yeah.
So it didn't even look right on them. You know what I mean? It obviously looked like they were in an outfit that didn't fit. And I just don't feel like that was, I feel like that was kind of a setup.
These are my second favorite outfits of the evening. If I'm being honest, I loved these. I love the garments.
I like them.
I think they both look great. I think the really unfortunate thing is, and I don't like to blame the makeover partner normally,
Yeah.
but I feel like the makeover partner is the reason Piche was in the bottom two.
Yeah, it was. And it wasn't their fault. But I mean,
No, not at all. Well,
that's
I mean,
the
it kind of-
downside of having a competition where it's like we're having this challenge where whatever happens is determined on how well or not well this other person that you did, like you just met does, you know. So
I think that just the entire way that Piche scripted the whole thing, from the look itself to the performance of the look to everything like that, it didn't give what the judges needed to give. But I think the garments are lovely. So
it's for me, it was like out of all of the stories that all of the contestants were giving with their partner or whatever, theirs was like my second favorite.
Theirs was the second strongest story. I absolutely would agree. It's just I think the makeover partner kind of ruined it.
Yeah,
Being honest, but and that's nothing against him inherently. It's just like
I don't know. For me, if I'm being honest, I think all 5 of them were honestly close enough that they could have done anything they wanted. They could have done anything they wanted. They could have put anybody in the bottom 2. They could have given anybody the win. It would have been a little weird for
some of the statement. I disagree with that second part.
Okay, well, you know what? I bet you all are going to very disagree on who should have got the win, in my opinion.
Probably.
Don't give me that face.
I'm going to give you that face because there's an obvious winner.
We're agreeing with you because that means that it means that the way that you were looking for a winner is different than the way that we were looking for a winner, and nothing's wrong with that. I mean, whoever won is won, but I mean, we all have our right to figure out like what we like and what we don't like. You know what I mean?
Agreed.
So
I still want to hear who was the winner of this week of David's Drag Race.
You'll find out.
Season 2.
Right. So scores on this one.
Yes. Who's first?
You.
Oh shit.
That's why we're like scores, girl.
Sorry. 85 for Piche. And I want to say I love you so much. And also at the same time, can I also highlight the fact that I think it was badass that Piche dyes their beard 9 times out of 10 when they do stuff, and it looked very good. It looked very good and clean and matched the wig and everything. So like aesthetically, I still wish we would have got a chance to see more of Piche this season.
Fair. I gave this a 73.
I'll give it an 80.
77.
Shipping.
Next is Punani and Lovali.
Unpopular opinion. I felt like Punani should have been in the bottom.
Is that an unpopular opinion? She was in the bottom.
Oh wait, no. Okay. Well then, no. Popular opinion. No. I guess I take it back. I take it back. Unpopular opinion. I think she should have been in the bottom. I don't think P should have been there with her.
Nope.
I'll say who the other person is once we get to them. But I didn't have a problem with this. The only issue that I had was the fact that it got very cookie cutter up top. It was like the same damn, like I hate that she had the same exact face and wig. I hated that. I was like, girl, I wish that you had the same style of wig in a different color. Or you did the same lip style you always do, but with a different color. Just something where you guys didn't look like twins, but twins like You look like twins, like Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger in twins. Like you don't look like identical twins. Like it was one of those like one of you looks like a midget and one of you looks like a He-Man. But like your faces are the same. It was creepy to me. And then her sister, Lord, she was busting out that damn dress, child. I said, look, that little spaghetti strap was holding on for dear life. And by the middle of the runway, baby, it said, boop, it was gone. There was a little slop for me, just a hair. But the thing is she was having fun, so I couldn't fault her for that. I was happy she was having fun, but like, yeah, it was a little bit slop for me.
Okay. This was my favorite. Go ahead. Give me your reactions.
No.
Okay. No,
I get it.
Okay. I really like the face. I think that they did such a good job with the face. And I like the concept for the costume with all the buttons on it. A lot of the other costumes that we got were kind of like simpler stuff that I feel like we've seen a million times. So I really like what they did here. I think she had a challenge with her person because they were so much bigger than the costume that she had. So he was kind of busting out of it. The judges were pretty harsh on that. And I don't know. That's pretty hard to predict if it does not happen when you're backstage and practicing your walk. If it doesn't happen then, I don't know why she would automatically have to anticipate his strap coming off on the main stage. Punani has not been one of my favorites of these top 5 throughout the season, but for me tonight, she was my favorite on the runway with her makeover. And thank you all for not bullying me for saying that. Logan?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Everybody can say who they all wanted to be in the top. And I mean, at the end of the day, I think we can all agree that one person that we very much want to be in the top made it to the finale of this season. So
correct.
I have no intention of bullying anybody for their opinions. And I hope nobody bullies me for mine, because this gave me swap meet, mom and daughter walking around. I just didn't like it. It looked like somebody was at the swap meet, and this is what the mom and daughter was doing on a Saturday afternoon at the swap meet. And they put all their little pins on. It was at a trading convention, at somebody's trading conventions, and they were trading pins, and they were putting them on them as they go. It just did not look good to me. It looked like somebody in Jersey at the swap meet.
I'm weak. I'm so weak.
And the makeup was very severe and very harsh, and it looked very clown like, unless they were going for the clown look.
Yeah. It reminded me of like Crystal Method.
I mean, if that's what they were going for, clowns, then good for you. That's what you did.
Ground underneath me, Lana, stop.
I'm sorry. I didn't think this was great. I didn't think it was good. It just gave me it just gave me swap meet to me personally.
You said trading, but
I mean, when you go to those conventions and they all have trading buttons and they're trading their buttons with each other, and they're like, oh, kiss me, all the different whatever conventions and the button pins, and they were like, oh, I got this button. Oh, I got it too. I'm gonna put this on. Oh, I got this. Oh, let's put this here. And they just put them on everywhere because they got a bunch of buttons when they were at the convention, and they traded them and they put them all on the outfits. And I'm like, those are the kind of stuff you see at like a con convention, a drag con or Comic Con or whatever con, because it's like they're there to meet people, network, and trade buttons and merch and all kind of stuff that they get. So they just like got all their buttons, they traded them off with people, and they put them on the outfit. And they came back the next day like, look what I made. It just gave me very swap meet trader buttons things. I didn't care for it that much. But
wait, you didn't care for it? I'm shocked based on all of the things you've just said. I'm truly shocked that you didn't like it, Lana. I'm truly so shocked.
Don't bully me, because I am not. That's my opinion. Don't do it.
Oh no, I think we killed Eve. Okay, I am going to more so side with David on this one. I think Punani's look, just Punani. I'm focusing solely on Punani in this moment.
Mm-hmm.
I think Punani's look is one of my actual favorites on the runway. I really like the way that her garment looks. I love the pants. I love the jacket. I think Punani looks wonderful. Her partner looks not great. And I think it doesn't have to do necessarily with him, because I think he did the absolute best he could. The garment is not good for me. Why is there a ruffle on an exposed leg when the other leg is not exposed? Like the way this skirt is constructed, I can't. Because
It
her
looks like
leg
a
is fully
pants leg.
there's a hole in the
Mhm.
Yeah, there's no
skirt
split.
where
There's just
her
a
leg.
hole.
It's a
So her leg
hole.
just
No,
sticks out.
it's just a hole.
Looks like
It's
a
a
pants.
glory leg hole.
I don't need a glory leg hole on Drag Race France. I don't need that right now
That's
in this moment.
that's really not a cute dress.
It's really not. But Punani looks fantastic.
Look. You know what? I put it to you this way. What if that's Rose's dress?
Stop it. I can't. Nope. Don't.
What if that's
Look.
Rose?
They
What is
came
that
as
for Rose?
What if that's Rose?
Not the conspiracies.
she said I'm just gonna pay heavy, girl. They won't be able to tell. No,
Grow out a beard quick.
because like they came as a duo, and then they knew that 9 out of 10 there was going to be a makeover challenge. So of course they could have possibly thought, okay, well maybe we'll end up having to make over each other. So if we end up getting to pick each other, let's do Punani and Rose like we always do Punani and Rose. Like I don't know, something about it gives like if I was to see on Instagram or something, Instagram Live or something, her hosting some viewing party and Rose wearing that outfit, I would not be surprised.
Check their Instagram.
I'm telling you, it's just.
No, are you serious?
It's the mom. Or
Wait,
it's
is
the
Rose wearing that for real?
Yes.
No, wait.
Maybe not. Somebody was wearing it. It could be this person.
I think it's this person.
But why would they come for a photo shoot with Punani?
They all did a photo shoot like that.
No, this was outside of
outside
of the grounds.
Oh.
It's not on her. It's not on their Instagram, so I don't know what you're talking about.
It was definitely there earlier. I swear I saw it.
No, because the last post on there is Rose's post or Punani's post with her look from last week.
You know what? I'm thinking of Sarah's. Never mind.
Okay.
Scores.
It's this. You know what this gives me. You know, two sisters. How they say no, one sister is always not the most attractive sister in the group of sisters. It's the one. No, I'm just saying that's what it looked like to me. Like the sister is like the Punani is the fashionable sister, and then her other sister, she got to give her a makeover. It was like, put on this dress, girl, and she's a little rougher. She's a little rougher, but I'm sorry to that man. I shouldn't have said that. I'm sorry.
It's like she's all that, and she
right.
had to put her and she had to give her what is it? Not she's all that. What's the one? I think 10 Things I Hate About You, where the girl had to get her sister to go out on a date, like go to prom with the boy so that she could go to prom. That. All I hear in the background is like just the Cranberries. Just
oh my god. Scores.
I give them a 69.
Nice.
I'm gonna give it an 80.
I'm gonna give it a 50.
I think Punani is a full, and I think her partner's garment is like a 30. So that averages to a 65.
Okay.
Mami Watta and Queen Mira.
Oh, mommy. I feel
No,
for you.
sorry.
I feel for you.
Next.
I feel for you. I feel for you. I feel for you. I feel for you. Just
I
because of the
thought
fact
this.
there have been a couple times when mommy should have won challenges and she did not.
Correct.
Girl, I thought you were about to go home this week with this
I
one.
thought she was about to lip sync with this one. I was like,
She should have been lip syncing with this one.
I said she finna lip sync with this one. I was prepared. I was like prepared for her to lip sync with this one because this
Like
is
every
So was
part
she.
of it was
yeah.
was shaky. Every part of it was shaky, but the downside is if she would have done the entire look and reveal on her own because it's mommy, it would have been okay.
Absolutely.
But having another person doing it with her, the old lady to taking off the wig and all that
Dominatrix.
reveal for her partner was all completely shaky, and then he was just walking around like a whole damn statue. I, child, sturdy gate. That gate needs some WD-40. It was not open at all. He was locked up. I was like, damn, who you finna fight?
Are y'all sure you're not gonna bully me? Because this was my second favorite of the night.
I mean, you
I
can do
really
what
like this. And I think part of it is I just found her partner so damn sexy in this.
Okay, well, you can't say they're your second favorite based solely on the fact that he looks
I
good.
said part of it.
he can
Part of
say
it.
that. He can say
Yes.
that. That's his opinion.
But also, I just like the outfits too. I actually really like the whole chin thing. I thought that was a
Mhm.
cool effect. It kind of reminded me like something Pearl would have worn on season 7 of Drag Race. My
Bitch, that
only
looks like Pearl
Oh,
from season 7 with the
which
same
one?
face and everything. The
Which
dude,
one?
not the black one.
I was making a
I'm
joke
making
about
season 7,
Pearl's
not Pearl now.
Instagram.
oh,
Not Pearl now. Pearl from season 7.
It's
well,
before and
Julie.
after. Okay.
Look, the way that she walked down the runway too, that probably was Pearl's ass from season 7.
That's
They dug her
before and
up.
after.
They dug her up and put her in there. Child, that's bad. No.
Sorry, Lana. My issue though, I do have an issue with this. I didn't like the wigs. The wigs were not working for me. This is my least favorite wig Mommy's worn. Those bangs just look like she just cut them. But
She
other than that,
probably did.
I really like this, and I like the delivery on it. It was like one of the most sexual runways this season for sure.
Sexual statue work, Diva.
Mm-hmm.
I thought she was going home. I didn't think it was the best look. I thought it was like, and I do agree. If she would have did this by herself, it would have been more successful. But
We
the
would have
fact
let
that
it go
she,
because it was mommy. We would have been
right,
like, okay,
right,
that's fine.
that's what mommy does. That's who mommy is. And I guess that's like, okay, fair. And to say, and to make her partner do the same thing that is mommy, it's like, okay, but it just, it was something it was just not all right. Like, it was, her delivery was very sexy. His delivery was very stiff. And it was like,
It was like Beyonce and Julius, and she put Julius in drag. I was like, you
right.
put this whole man, your whole bodyguard, security guard in drag. That's what it
Mm-hmm.
is. This is mommy and her agent, and she put her agent in drag, and then she's like, "You gonna come out with me for Halloween because ain't nobody else coming out." So his ass is just do 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 while holding that big old lumbering jumbo muscle Thor looking ass dude in a wig carrying a little plastic pumpkin for Halloween with mommy's ass like right in front of him just slinking around, child. They looking like
Ooh,
Bane and Poison Ivy.
his face looked like with that chin thing, make it look like it's just a head mannequin. Like where you get at the beauty supply store where they put the wigs on them. That's what it looks like. He got he's a mannequin head, and
it,
that
it
wig is
it
on
really
top.
didn't
It's just not
that
cute.
didn't work well for his bone structure, his face, because his
No.
face is really square. So
Yeah.
putting that thing over his face made his face just look even more masculine. But like it worked for mommy's face. Like
Yes.
that's why I was saying like the way that the outfit looks on mommy is fine. And like I can even nitpick, which I mean I feel like if it wasn't another person, they probably would have read her a little bit because like part of the bodysuit where it goes down to the lip part of where it covers the crotch
You
area,
see the
whatever.
panty.
Yeah, you can see the panty, and it looked like it was connected to the lining on the inside, so you could see parts of it when she moved and stuff. But that rough around the edges fashion aesthetic is mommy's aesthetic, so they wouldn't let all that go. You know what I mean? But it just didn't. I feel like her copying and pasting it on another person didn't translate the best.
I'm gonna say I think the garments themselves are good. I will agree with
Yeah,
David in that regard. I think the garments themselves are good. However, the two people that should have been in the bottom are the two people who had the worst makeover performances, and that was Piche and Mami. Because this man did the absolute best he could, and it still was not enough. Because I did not find a single damn thing sexual about him other than the fact that I would like him to do sexual things to my body. But
I was staring at his pecs the whole time.
Me too. I still think his performance was shit.
yeah,
So, like, I might think he's attractive all damn day.
yeah. I love
That
Mommy to
doesn't
death,
mean
but
that they did good, because I think this was actually the worst of the week.
I
And as
think
much as I love
Mommy,
Mommy, she should have been in the bottom.
I think Mommy got, I think Mommy got blessed with the fact that if they probably looked over the entire track record of the season, Mommy has done consistently well throughout the season. And it was one of those things where I felt like Piche had just gotten back and already was in the bottom kind of a thing. So it was
Yeah.
between Punani and Mommy who was going to be in the bottom. And I didn't see them putting Mommy in the bottom over Punani, even though I think Mommy deserved to be down there
I mean,
more.
she's the only one who didn't have a win going into this episode.
Yeah,
So I was
yeah.
worried for her based on that alone.
Yeah, yeah. And that's one thing that sucks too, is because like I said, I feel like that there were some challenges that Mommy could have won. You know what I mean?
The girl group last week.
Yeah. So that's why I was like, crap, it even stacks up more of a case against her for her to end up going home this episode. So
Yeah. Scores.
but she lucked out. Yeah. Mommy, I'm giving you a 50 because I like your half, but I don't like your partner's half.
You're gonna get a 77 from me.
55.
41. Keiona and Lola.
Keiona and Lola. Can I say that I want to give Keiona so much props for working with her person, because out of everyone up there that did not seem like they knew that they what they were doing. Let me preface it by saying that she seemed the most in tune to help her partner out and to guide her partner. Like they were saying during the judging, I can tell that you've done this kind of mentoring and mothering to people before, because of the way that you carried her and you treated her on the runway, made sure she was okay and told her where to lead and all that. And I thought that was so gorgeous. And I knew she wasn't going to win this challenge, but I thought she did a really good job.
Are you all sure you don't want to bully me yet? Because this was my least favorite of the night. Not by a lot. Not by a lot. I had everybody within like 10
Take him out
points.
the room. Take him out the
Everybody's
room.
within a 10-point range for me.
No. I want to hear what he has to say first.
So
Cool. Then we'll take him out the room.
I think that the garments are very simple, plus they're identical, which I don't love. It's just a very straight down
Fair.
gown and then some
Fair.
scrunched up tulle like wrapped around her. So I didn't love the outfits. Also, I didn't love the wigs either. What I did really like was her face. Her face looks so much better on the main stage for me than it did in the workroom. Like, and I think part of it is just that this person has like natural features that really work well in drag, like big doll eyes. And I'm like, you should actually consider doing drag because you've got the face for it. I did see a little bit of nervousness from her person as well. With that said,
from Mommy's,
there was more stiffness from Mommy's and then
and you didn't from
nervousness from this one.
Punani's.
No, I didn't. No, it was a
Okay.
little more bumbly awkwardness.
Okay.
It's like different versions of not ready for the stage, but
Okay.
not the same thing.
Agree with
But
that.
with all that said, even though this was my least favorite, not by a lot, I really wanted her to be high still because I didn't want that streak to end. So
Okay.
I didn't mind the look. I mean, yes, it's identical, but I kind of
and
figured
purple.
like, I mean, the color, of course, is beautiful, but it really was. I thought the look was fine. I thought they looked fine. What I really liked about it was the face. I thought she just really did a really good job on the face. Both of them looked amazing, and her partner just. I think her partner looked beautiful. Like I agree. Like maybe you should consider
Mhm.
doing some drag in your life because that's the makeup fits your face. You can wear some makeup. I like the hair. I thought it was really cute. I feel like it was like I like I like this whole look overall because I feel like they look like we're going to a ball. We're gonna. I do wish it wasn't identical. I kind of wish it was a little variation of the things. Maybe the tool at the bottom instead of at the top for one, and like switch it around. Something where it can be the same color, but it can be something different. So it can be like I'm the older sister, this is my younger sister, and I'm bringing her to her first ball. But the way they delivered it to me was beautiful, and you can see the nervousness on her partner. And I think it was like when they were on the stage, Keiona was like, "Just look at me," and she was like, "Ah." And then she would calm down. The further they got into the performance, you can see the nerves melt away a little bit each time because it was like, okay, I'm just looking at you. Focus on you. Do what we practice. Do what we practice. And that's in anything. I'm sure his first rugby game, he was nervous and he had to shake off the nerves. He shook off the nerves on the runway. And by that time that they got to this pose, I think his nerves were gone. And he was like, well, I thought it was very cute. And I think it just took him a minute to shake off the nerves. But I didn't mind this look. It wasn't my worst. It wasn't the worst look of the night for me.
I wish on that exact note you were talking about, Lana, I wish one of the gowns was like a different color. So like imagine if this was like this deep purple and like, I don't know, like a baby blue, for example. And if Lola was in the blue gown with the purple tulle, Keiona's in the purple gown with the blue tulle. That's what I think, or something like that, to where like you can tell they're cohesive, but they're just a little bit different to add interest. My biggest critique about this was the fact that they were the exact same gown. I don't always love that. However, for me, this was the second best executed from top to bottom, from face, look, and performance. This was my second favorite because I thought the face was really good. The performance, he grew into the performance, and I thought it was strong in that regard. And the looks are good as is. Not great, but good. So scores.
Scores. I would give Keiona and her partner an 85.
I gave them a 70.
I'll give them a 79.
Give him an 83. I know I'm about to be mad, and this is probably where I bully you, David, because last up is Sara and Sara Forever, and I've noticed where you've put everybody else, and it's disrespectful where you've ranked Sara, but I'm going to let you go first, because that's what we do here.
So many thoughts and things I feel like I have to say. Um, this is the main reason why I was the most frustrated with, I'm going to circle back, with Keiona not getting as many wins as I feel that she should have been entitled to in the season, is because there were other strong competitors who were going to get the wins that they were going to deserve to get, and it was going to make it look less, I don't know, it would it would look less like it's a quote unquote runaway, which I mean, it's a RuPaul's Drag Race. We have no idea what the hell is going to happen. It might not be a runaway, but this is the queen I was mad about. This was the queen. Sara Forever is that queen. Why? Because this was perfect. It literally fucking was. And I'm so mad about it. Cannot find a fault if I wanted to. Out of all of her makeover partners, hers was the most comfortable and out of every runway every makeover they ever have where they're like, I want you to make over someone that's never done drag. There's always one person that locks into drag. And they'll get out there and they do the hand movements and they fall into the character. And this was the one. This was the one. It always is always one person that does it more than the other ones. And when I was seeing every single other person, I still kept seeing them bumbly and unsure. I was like, who's it going to be? And when Davina came out, I was like, fuck, it's her. It's her. Even when it came down to the critiques with the judges and the way she was bantering with them and stuff, I said, bitch, that's a queen. Fuck. I was like, I can't fault that at all. And the fact that they ended up doing Absolutely Fabulous, which was a really great, that was my second favorite storytelling of the two pair was them and Piche, because I loved that they did that reference for Ab Fab. I was like, oh crap, that just cinches it right there. Because if they would have just done something simple like we're both in matching outfits, or I'm wearing this something and she's wearing this something, but adding some kind of a reference to it that made everybody go, oh, we love that, we remember that, it automatically dings you up points. Like, we all know this. So like, they did it and they were able to do it very well. And even though I feel like that Sara kind of put her I feel like she put her partner in the louder like print and stuff like that, almost kind of putting more of a shine on them, because I mean Patsy is usually the wilder one anyway, but it still ended up working itself out where Sara didn't end up getting overshadowed at all. It still seemed like they were a duo, you know what I mean? I was like, damn. I was like, so y'all almost sent her home, but she didn't go home because someone miraculously decided to quit the same week, and then she comes back and wins twice in a row. That's what y'all gonna do? Okay. I'm still Team Keiona. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I'll start by saying I've not seen Absolutely Fabulous. I'm familiar with it, but I didn't instantly get the reference just by seeing them. But I do agree that she had the most comfortable person on the stage, like pretty by far, honestly. And they do look very good. They are the middle group for me. And part of that is because the outfits, they're good, but I felt like she played it safe, which was smart. It was smart because this type of outfit could fit any body type. I just would have liked a different concept. So it was smart but safe. And I think I want more of that yellow pattern on Sara Forever too, just to tie it together a little bit more. But overall, I liked it, and I thought they were definitely worthy of the win.
She had a whole ascot with the fabric on the front of her caftan.
I know I wanted a little bit more because it was a lot of the black.
I mean, I feel this is what we wanted with what we were just talking about with Keiona. You didn't want it to be identical, so they different make it identical. She gave it a different variation of the look. Like, she made that all one print, and then she was like, this is all black, but I'll add the ascot of the print, and my tights are yellow to go with that print. So it was the difference that we were asking for. It wasn't identical, but it was different enough. Yeah, complementary to the other. And I kind of felt like when she walked out, I was like, oh, that's the winner. I knew it. It was no question about it. And it was well deserved because she played it so smart. She played it. I don't think it was safe. I think it was smart. She played the game smart because you don't know what kind of person you're going to get for for the makeover, and she got an outfit that will fit any body type, any shape. You could do other things. You could add a belt to it if you needed to, if the person was much smaller, or you could just let it fly if they were bigger. She just made sure she was prepared for every situation that could have happened on the runway. And that was what they were saying with Punani. You needed to be more prepared for what could be. And it's not your fault because you didn't know that this person was going to be bigger and it wasn't going to have any stretch. The outfit, the jean thing would go pop. That wasn't her fault. How was she supposed to anticipate that? I don't know. But Sara Forever did. She anticipated every situation that can happen on the runway, and she made sure the outfit that she had was going to fit anybody. She played the game smart, and she made sure she won the game because she played it so smart. And the person that she just looked out to have a person who was just so willing to have fun and open to just perform on stage. It was just a good thing. It was fun, and sure, I would love for Keiona to have the most wins or whatever for track records and whatever. And yeah, it was some wins that Keiona should have won that she did not get. But Sara got all of her wins. And these 2 wins, she deserved her win. This one, well-deserved win.
I could, all of my points you brought up, Lana. Like, this was the absolute smartest thing. Now, I love AbFab. I am a huge AbFab fan. So for me, seeing this finally on the runway done properly, I mean, we saw Starlet do it, but like, sure. But to see this sort of situation, I was really, really happy with. Everything they did from the moment they stepped on the runway to the moment they left was perfect to me. And I love the outfits. I get what you're saying, David, about Sarah's outfit specifically. I thought there was enough of the fabric there. I wish that Davina's outfit had like a black belt or something.
That probably would have been better, to be honest.
That would have been a little bit better for me personally. But I love the stockings. Just everything about it was just so smart and wonderful.
Yeah, Davina should have had like a black belt and like matte black tights and yellow shoes.
She does have the black gloves.
She does have the black tights too.
But they're like see-through. Like,
you're saying matte black? I agree.
Yeah.
Sure, totally,
yeah. Like kind of like how Sarah's are like matte yellow. Like at the bottom, at the bottom, it would have been better, especially with this pose, if like literally they look like mirror opposites at the bottom.
Sure.
Like if she had the same shoe but in yellow, and if she had the black tights on, I feel like that would be really cute.
Sure. I did like when her girl did the thing with the hair.
I know when she did that too. I said,
I was like, oh, that's what like she would. I was like,
y'all won. I said, damn, he even knows it. I was like, she even knows about the bang thing. Oh, bitch.
I said, Sara Forever has schooled this person to a T to know who she is and what to do. And when she did that, I was like,
smart. So smart. I have to give this one an overflowing. Damn you, Sara.
Dang you, Sara.
Yeah, I gave this a 75.
It's definitely very full, overflowing for me because she earned that.
It's very full.
She earned that.
She really did. She sure did.
The winner.
As much as I want to sit here and say Keiona should have won, no. I can't. I can't even say that.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying this. I'm not saying this as someone who dislikes Sara Forever because I think her entire performance on this season has been so strong. I really, really love her as a queen, and I think her performance on this entire season has been fantastic. For me, there's just someone else that I want to win a little bit more than her. Would I be? Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, because to be honest with you, in my mind, track record wise, Sara would only have 3 wins at this point, and a person who I would say that Keiona, who I actually want to end up winning, would have 4.
I think so.
Yeah.
Because I do feel like, I can't remember which one it is, but I do know there was an earlier episode that I do think that Keiona should have won. I can't remember which one it was. I don't want to say the ball. Was it the ball?
It was one of the first couple of episodes.
Yeah, there was one that we all disagreed with.
I think
Logan.
it was talent show. Yeah. Where I was the only person that.
Yeah, it was.
Snatch Game. Snatch Game.
Snatch Game. It was Snatch Game.
And
yes.
all of you said, all of y'all said that Keiona should have won, and I said, and the comments agreed that Punani should have won. So there.
I don't care about the comments. I'm about to say, wouldn't I care about the comments?
I care about you commenters.
I care about
the comments. Confirmed.
So I would have said Snatch Game. And then also, I would have honestly said last week with the girl groups. I would have said that Keiona should have won that.
Sure.
Because I do feel like the reason as to why they why they tried to they did the whole you were too good to they did the same thing they did to Clover. You were too good. You outshined everybody else. So it automatically we don't want to dig you high. And I'm like, I hate when y'all do that shit. Like, y'all know what kind of person she is. Like, yes, she's gonna slay a girl group challenge. Period. So yeah, but the bottom two is the two P's.
There should have been a Piche and a Mami Watta there for me.
For me, it should have been a Punani and a Mami Watta.
Okay.
Cause I'm mad that y'all done brought Piche back and it automatically put his ass right back in the bottom. That's bull. That is bull to me. Oh
I don't know. I feel like if somebody comes back, they have to really slay it to keep moving forward.
And we've seen
it happen. I don't think she really slayed it. So
I know, but the thing is what frustrates me is the fact that you got rid of someone who worked through a good amount of the competition to get there just to do that. Like, to me, it makes me think of the finale of All Stars 5.
With Shay?
No. Shay was
All-Star
4.
6. Shay was 5. All-Star 6, where Eureka
Shay was
came
4.
back? 4 was Trinity and Monet. 3 was Trixie. 2 was Alaska. 1 was Chad.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So, yeah, no, I am thinking of 6 with Trinity and Eureka. Like, it makes me think of that, like how Trinity worked through the entire competition and made it all the way to the final. And then y'all said, oh, wait, but hold on. Somebody that just went home might be able to come right back. And then you bring Eureka right back after you send her home. And then she wins the next challenge. So you can't send her home. So you automatically have to send. I'm like, this is so like set up. And I'm just like, this is so lame. Why was this done? Like, if y'all didn't want Trinity to be in the top, you should just send her home. But she was too good. They couldn't do that. And I'm like, I feel like that if they would have let Piche stay, Piche would have earned well enough of a good track record in this competition that it wouldn't have made sense to put Piche in the bottom at this point. But it's like, since Piche didn't have all of that buildup, Piche just came back out of nowhere. It's like, well, then why are you even bringing them back if you're going to just send them right back home?
Yeah.
It's very frustrating because I like Piche a lot. I like all of these people a lot. So it just sucks because I'm like, I hate that some of y'all aren't really getting your roses right now. Like, I hate Mami hasn't won anything going into the finale because I think that she should have, you know what I mean? But also at the same time, I think she should have been in the bottom.
I mean, I'll be honest. The 3 people who were not in the bottom are the 3 people I care most about in this competition. So I was okay with this being the bottom too. I was like, one of these people can leave, nobody else. Personally.
That's fair.
Agree.
I lost a person just to gain a person just to lose that person again.
Wow.
I was like, son of a bitch.
Oh, you still have people in the competition. Boo. I don't have anybody.
This lip sync, though, Mecano une femme avec une femme.
This lip sync kind of frustrated me a hair, just a little bit. It was beautiful. I thought it was really pretty. I just felt like I'm a theater person when it comes to performing and stuff like that. And so one big thing when it comes to acting is you want to kind of take up the whole stage. If you have a lot of stage or a lot of space, you want to try to move throughout the entire
Walk
space.
back and forth.
Well, no, it's like I can understand you wanting to be like right in their face so that the judges see you and see the emotion. But like, I'll say this honestly, we know Peach can ballet dance. Why Peach was not doing pirouettes and twirls while he would like and then stop and do a number, do it and then go like it could have been so beautiful. And I felt like that they almost got so tunnel vision on I need to be in front of the judges because this is for the finale. I wish that I could have just saw a little bit more in the performances because both of them like Punani moved more than Peach did, but still they were still really all in the same area. And I kind of wish that they spread out, they moved around, they you know what I mean, and did more things. Like I did like when they were kind of in the middle, almost acting it, and Peach was like holding Punani from the back, and I was like, okay, this is cute. I was like, if y'all act this out a little bit or whatever, this is it. Just it was a very beautiful song, and I wish the performance had a little bit more of that theatricality to it. I didn't really get that with either of their performances.
Yeah, I agree. It was very mid for me.
If I'm gonna be honest, I thought Piche won. Me personally thought Piche won.
I thought Punani gave that desperation kind of performance, but it didn't fit that type of song. And I thought Piche's being more subtle and to themselves worked better. That's the reason why I wish they would have just kind of like distanced themselves from Punani like on their own and just performed the whole thing like you were telling this story to us about like, you know what I mean? Like this woman in love with this woman. And you know what I mean? Like it could have like, I think that it was a missed opportunity performance-wise for Piche, seeing like knowing Piche's background of how they perform and what the style of what they can do. I was like, I feel like they could have this is a song that really lent to them and they didn't really do as much with it as they could have.
It seemed like they really focused the editing on Punani, so it was hard for me to really say Piche won when I kept seeing Punani. Even when it was showing them together, I was more focused on Punani, and I think it's just because she was in something a little bit more bright. I don't know, something about her just drew my eye more. So I'm not even sure if she did better in the lip sync. I just noticed her more.
Yeah. I was like, oh, she's moving around a lot. She's doing a lot more than Piche is. Piche is barely moving. Piche is barely leaving that one little piece of the stage of where they were at. I was like, they're probably going to give it to Punani then because
she stayed on the same Piche of the stage.
I was about to make that joke.
Well,
why'd you roll your eyes?
I was about to give you one of these.
Give me a piece of your mind.
I hate it here. I really. Piche won. Piche lost. Piche going home. Thank y'all for watching because this is ridiculous.
Piche out, Piche.
Oh God! I hate it.
I can't.
I'm so sorry, y'all.
Can I say this? Finally, going into the finale is Sara Forever in the lead with 4 wins, but at the same time, I am still rooting 350% for Miss Keiona to win Drag Race France season 2. Who's with me?
Obviously.
We're all with you, I think.
We are all with you.
Also, don't forget Sara had a dip that Keiona never had. So
and
that has to be factored too.
Keiona has more points than Sara does.
Mm-hmm.
So, which, speaking of, nothing order-wise has changed. Shocker, nothing has changed. David, still out of the draft. Me, still in third. Eve has 44, and Lana has 55. So
that's right. So I am in last place with this. Last place. I'm behind David, and David's not even playing because Piche is gone and Cookie is gone. And I have joint custody of Keiona with Lana. She doesn't stay over my house during the weekday and I take her to school. No, I only have weekend custody.
Yep. Sure
and
do.
that. And
every other weekend.
and I can't even come pick her up at the house. I have to
No.
meet her at the drop-off spot.
At the park.
Well, you know what Logan and I have? We have a restraining order. We don't get to
Yeah.
see her at all.
No,
I
you don't.
love that. I love that. I just have the two people that have the least shot of winning. I love that. I'm a big fan of that. But I am a big fan of them. I will say as well, live finale
Ooh,
that is
live.
filming
Recorded live.
recorded live, and we will see it next Friday. But yeah, it's filming tomorrow at the time that we're filming this. So
Oh wow.
yeah.
I love that for them.
Right there.
Yep.
So we shall see what happens if Sara Forever is going to snatch the crown, or if it will be blessed and graced upon the head of the queen named Keiona, or if those two other bitches might end up winning it.
Could you
I mean, it's
imagine
a
if
lip sync
Mami Watta?
SmackDown.
Could you imagine
Mami
if Mami
Watta
Watta had
and
won the
whatever
whole
her name
season?
is, Watta Mama, whatever her name.
Oh, this is going to be Lana's
and
first
the
lip
P
sync
word girl.
SmackDown, right?
Yep.
Oh, it's a lip sync
I watched
SmackDown.
15. Well,
Keona's
15.
bodying. Keona's
Yeah,
bodying.
it's not the
Keona's making
same.
It's
top
not the
two.
same as
Get
15,
it.
is it?
Mm.
If it's a
Okay.
lip sync SmackDown, Keiona is top two. Period. I'm calling
And I
it
think
now.
Mommy might be top 2.
Could you imagine a top 2 of Keona and Mami Watta?
I would love it.
Love
I'm
I
fine
love
either
it.
way.
I honestly
I
would.
mean-
I would love it. I'd be so happy. I'd be
I
very,
love-
very happy.
I mean,
I'm
but
very,
don't-
very, very proud of Mommy. I will say that. Mommy has done extremely, extremely well. And to be honest with you, I would say, I think this is the first international season with more than one black contestant in the finale, other than Canada. Because I just remember Fierce Delicious and
Jada.
Shada Hudson. But usually any other international season, 9 times out of 10, there's only one, if not two, black contestants, and if any of them make it far, it's only one of them. This is the second time that there's ever been both of them to make the finals, and I think
Right.
that's so
Yeah.
sickening.
Also, I noticed yesterday that France has a 100% record of black contestants making it to the finale. So,
That is correct.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mind you, there are 2 seasons and 3 black contestants,
Right.
but still, that is something to be happy about. So,
But I'm going to say this because as much as I love and adore and would love, love, love to see Keiona win this thing, I do. I am not counting Sara Forever out of this competition
No.
I'm not either.
because that girl, and I'm not even gonna count her out the top 2 lip syncs because she can lip
We've seen
sync.
her
We've
lip sync.
seen her do it, and she can do it. So, as much as I love Keiona, and as much as I want Keiona to win this thing, and as much as I feel like she deserves to win this thing, Sara Forever is not a Rudy Poo person and don't deserve a win either. And honestly, this whole top 4 has done really well in this competition, and I think they all have a good chance. I think Sara and Keiona have the best chance, but I am not counting Mami or Punani out of this competition at all.
what if Sarah and Keiona get Shay and Trinity?
Don't put that into the universe, David Healy.
I mean,
Because what do you mean?
I don't know what that
Shay
means.
Shay and Trinity went into season 9 finale with the most wins.
Oh
They
yeah,
were
and they both
kind
ended
of the
up getting
front
knocked out.
runners, and then they both got knocked out the first round of the lip sync SmackDown.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. So no,
And it was
let's not
fair.
fucking put
They
that
both
on them.
lost their
Let's
lip
not-
syncs.
Let's
Then
not
Mami
put that
Watta,
on
you're the
them.
winner of the season.
Because if it's
Yay!
Punani, I'm throwing my phone.
Is Punani to Sasha
Get out of
and
here.
Mommy's
Okay.
Oh,
peppermint?
Thank you so much for
Get
joining
outta
us
here,
for our
get outta here.
penultimate coverage
Yeah.
of Drag Race France. We will be
Oh.
back next week to talk about the finale, a crowning, a queen, all of that. So make sure to hit all of the applicable buttons on your audio or visual platform of choice that say you support us, because we love your support and we love you. Make sure to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at The Cup Pod for all of the most up-to-date Cup news and our funny moments, because we are some funny bitches. While you're down there subscribing and liking and doing all the things, get your merch, link in the description below. While you're down there, make sure to follow the four of us because we're all so cool. David, Lana, and I talk about Big Brother a lot, and Eve is a fabulous drag queen, so do the things. Cheers.
Cheers.
Ooh.
Au revoir.
Oh, wow.
Au
revoir,
revoir,
Keiona.
peace.
Go,
Au revoir.